Okay, a new video. I want you to go to open the corresponding spreadsheet. Now I called your spreadsheet, what did I call it? I called it analyzing data, I think. I'll just check that very quickly. Videos. So yours will be in MP4 like this, and it will be in here, and it will be called data analysis. And yours will look like this. Oops, no, it will look like this. So you'll have several pages on this spreadsheet. So this is what you're going to open up. Once you've opened it up, save it as my Excel project number 2. And this is what we're going to be working on. And then there's some tasks for you to do afterwards. Okay, so find this data analysis. It's Excel 11. This is video 11. All right, so we're going to be working on this. I'll just delete these. I was playing before. And we're going to be looking at something called pivot tables and refreshing what we know so far about some ifs. So first of all, let's have a look at this. We have some raw data. So raw data is data inside a spreadsheet. But in order for data to be useful, we need to turn it into something. So here we just have our sales figures by region and sales rep and date and amount. And we want to turn this into something useful. For example, calculate the amount of sales per region so we can easily access it. Okay, so we need to just mention what proper data is. Proper data, there's 3 main rules. You have a column header. This is your column header, also called field names. Okay. Each row must have a transaction or record. So every row must have a transaction, no blank rows. And most importantly, every cell on the outside must be blank. So that doesn't include our A, B, C, and our 1, 2, 3, 4, but these must be blank. That will generate clean data that we can use in our spreadsheets. So you guys have this. Their instructions are up here. We're going to, first of all, we've got to populate our totals by using the sum if function, and then we're going to create some pivot tables. So let's get started, and we're going to start by going equals sum ifs. Remember that ifs. And then we're looking for the sum range, so it's a number because it says sum. So we're going to grab this. We're going to press comma. We're going to go criteria range. Now again, range, so we need several. So we're looking at this column because we're looking at months. And then we're going to add our our criteria. So here is our criteria. Now, question, who can spot the glaring mistake that I've done? This works, but we're lazy and we want to copy it down here. So when we copy it, it will work, but the question is it correct? So if we would go to this cell and we press F2, I think it is. Oh, look what's happened. So our data range has moved because we didn't make the data range absolute. Okay. So to change this, so you can all see that our blue data is this field, our red data is this field, and our purple data is this field. So the only one that's correct is the purple data, because the blue field should go from here to here, and the red field should go from here to here. So it's incorrect. So let's go to this one, which was our original one. And if we press F2, I think, yeah. And if we were to double click, oh, there it is. The best way to do this is to just click on the one you want, okay? So we want this one, and we want to make it absolute, which is F4. That didn't work because I don't have the right keyboard. So I'll try that again. F4. There we go. And then we want to do the same for this one. So we click on this data set and we press F4. Okay, now if we were to copy, we should press, oops, what did I do? Control Z. Okay, I'm just going to close this off. Let me just check it. Okay, and then if we delete this one and delete this one and we pull it down, it should be fine. So if you spotted the mistake, good. So let's check it by going F2 and look at our data. It's going whole of column region, whole of column sales, and it's going from Queensland. It worked. So quickly do these ones, some ifs. You shouldn't need my help right now. You should be pausing and going ahead and doing it yourself. And then checking that you got it right. I'm checking that my final column is correct. It is. I'm moving on. Final one. Again, you shouldn't be watching me. You should just be doing it. Okay, that's looking good. So what we've done here is we've managed to sort our data, or we've managed to turn our raw data into 3 usable sources of information. The first source of information tells us how many sales were made per region or state. The second source tells us how many sales we made per day. So we've got the dates telling us what our best day was. So the 23rd of October was the best day. And our final one tells us that Gigi kicked ass and that Freddie needs to be fired. Okay, so that was just refreshing. Now we want to make a pivot table. So I'm a bit rusty on this one, but if you click anywhere inside a data set that is proper data, and you right click, and there isn't an option, of course there isn't. Let me think very quickly. Insert, pivot table. Okay, yes, this is coming back to me. So the first one, this first argument here, basically if it's selected all the data, it's worked. And I've never had an example where it hasn't worked in my life. So skip it. Choose where you'd like to place your pivot table. We're going to place it down here, directly here. And we're just going to press OK. So I've put it underneath this one, and you'll see why in a minute. The command requires at least 2 rows of source data. You cannot. Oops, existing worksheet right there. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try one more time. Insert, use, select the table. We've selected our information. We've got our correct range. We want to choose where to place it. We want an existing worksheet. We want to place it right here. And that should work. So why? Oh, it did work. There you go. You'll notice that this table popped up here. So our first one, we're going to go region and total sales. So if we press region, and you'll see automatically it's come up with our regions. And if you look, there's a mistake. So there's one that says West. So let's find West and delete it, and we'll change it to New South Wales. Okay, and that means we better do that again. In fact, maybe if we just click this and click it again. No, too late. So let's delete that first pivot table and put another one in. It's good that you realize that you make mistakes. Yes, we want to delete it. Why can we not delete this? Turn on a pivot table. Let's look at this. I just want to delete the thing. There you go. Okay, try again. Click anywhere inside your data field. Go Insert, go Pivot Table. Use an external, use the table we have. Use an existing worksheet. Select this spot here, click OK, and it worked. We're going to go region. New South Wales, Queensland, Tasmania, Victoria. Now we're going to go to, if we look at this, we want our sales. So sales. Okay, so you can see that without doing any of the mathematical calculations or the sums, our pivot table automatically generated exactly the same answers. It even found Tasmania, which I put in there. So it's a easier, quicker way than doing all of this. So to tidy this up, we can right click here and you'll have number formatting because we want to format the numbers. If I was to right click here, there wouldn't be any number formatting, it would just be formatting. So it's a feature unique to a pivot table. So number formatting, let's go currency, let's go dollars, let's go no decimal places because we don't need any, and we'll click OK. This says row labels. It's not really the best name. We probably want region. So to do that, I think if we go to pivot table and what do we have to do? Field list? Field list? Let me see. Field list? No. Let me think. I'm thinking. I'm gonna pause and come back. Worked it out. So I want to change this from row labels to region. It's a bit tricky. It wasn't here. I had to go to design. I had to go to report layout, and it's this tabular form. So I had to Google how to do it. So there you go. Click that, and it's now correct. So let's do another one over here. So again, let's click anywhere inside the data set. It doesn't matter where. Go Insert, as long as you've selected only one box. Pivot Table. Select targeted area. It's selected. All the data is. Existing worksheet. Select this box. Press OK, and we should be done. All right, this one's going to show the date, and it's going to show the total sales, same as this one here. Now this is funny because our dates are here and there should be different dates. Why is it not working, I wonder? Okay, let's just quickly delete that. We'll try again. Maybe it's because I did click on a date. Let's just try, because that is odd. This is formatted as a date, yes. They're all dates. Okay, let's try again. Insert. Pivot table. Existing worksheet. She's good. We want to do our dates. So we select our date. Why would it come up with 22 of all the numbers? Let's click on it and see what's happening. It's just a number saying 22. Alright, let's just try what happens when we do sales. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. Sales. Alright, let's go back again. Well, this is interesting. You can see me problem solving. So we want, let's have a look at this one. This one's got region. Maybe it's that Lumen tabular thing which we did before. Grand ones. Okay, let's go with this one here. And let's go report layout, compact form, date. How bizarre. This is the rows, so maybe let's try again. We don't want that there, we want it over here. Oh, there we go. She worked. So I had to drag and drop what I actually wanted into the correct area where it needed to go. So there you go. It's good that you can see me problem solving and try and get an idea about what to do when your project goes wrong, because something will probably go wrong at some point. So I'm just formatting the numbers. Again, I'm going to remove the decimals because we don't need them. Didn't work. Currency. Okay. Alright, so obviously the huge advantage here is that we didn't have to input any of the data. So I didn't have to sort through my table and pick the months, so the regions or the dates. It's doing all the work for us. What's more, it's doing all the sums for us. Up till now you've been creating the formulas, but with a pivot table it pretty much does the whole thing for you. It is quite literally remarkable. So the last one, do it on yourself, do it by yourself. I mean, don't wait for me, just work ahead. I'm making more mistakes than I should anyway, so you'd probably be quicker that way. This one's going to be my sales rep and my sales. So again, that's gone down here. Let's go row and the sales down here. That's fine. This looks to be perfectly alright. Just quickly change this. Currency. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there you should be able to see the advantage of a pivot table and how, if your data is set up correctly, like this data is, because everything's spaced out, there's correct field headings, and there is a big white space around the data, you can see that pivot tables will do the work for you. And then you can also use them to search for your data. So you can deselect all, and you can, for example, look at just the sales for one day, and there you go. How good is that? So if you just want the sales for the 25th of October, bam, there it is. If you want to go over here and you just want to display New South Wales, the best state, the blue state, my favorite state, go the Blues, just do that. And it does everything for you. So there you have it, pivot tables in a nutshell. Your task now is, once you've completed this page, is to make sure you do the homework. Again, there is questions and off you go. Pretty straightforward this week. There you go. Thank you.